Today is the day when I'm going to order more fiber from the Spinnery Store. Oh, I should probably do that. Okay, here is the card for the Spinnery Store. There they are. I just want to make sure I give them the credit they deserve. And Jody Dominique, I've never met her, but I do love their fiber and it's so reasonably priced. And I am making a pullover sweater. Oh, the noise in the background is Adam with a saw, which is always a scary thing. I think I've taken him to the emergency room twice, once for a saw. Okay, as I consider buying more fiber, I want to know what colors I have loved in the past and which not so much. So the first thing I want to consider is the previous sweater I made, which is a mess. But I'm looking at it, asking myself, which parts of this sweater do I like the most? So let's look at that. Okay, I definitely liked the darker, more autumn tones at the bottom. I wasn't wild about the pink. Fun as it was to make, I thought it was beautiful when I spun it up and when I applied it. Oh, it was so much fun. But then when I put it in here, I wasn't wild about it. Not wild about the pastel blue. Really didn't like the cinnamon that much. Okay, I started loving this sweater toward the bottom. Now, this is where I'll use the olive green, and I liked it pretty well. But what I really, really like is this, and this, and even this. This is that English Leicester, I think, the scratchier stuff, and I think I'm going to order some more of it. I do want a sweater that has multiple colors in it. I don't know if I want it so stripy as this. But I have to remember what this was. And as I'm looking at that blue, some of that, I think there's a little bit of this blue, but there's also a good bit of the midnight blue. There's also a little bit of the orange popping through. And I wish I could remember what this is. I'm going to have to ponder that. There may be some of the cranberry in there. There may be some of the cinnamon, but just not all cinnamon. So I may have blended that to make those colors. And boy, do I like that. This English Leicester has something else in it too. I think I must have added a little pink or orange or something. It was beautiful all on its own. I even like this, which was this is just a mishmash of lots of things. And there's speckles of white in there, which I really like. Just not too much, just a teeny bit popping up now and then. So as I now look at the yarn I've already spun and plied for this sweater, I'm wondering, what is this going to look like? Wondering if I should save this and start over. I don't really know. But I really like to use stuff up. I don't like it to sit around forever, says the woman with a yarn stash. But I do want to make an attempt to find the yarns that made especially this and this. I know I can get this. I'm going to have to do some study of that. You know, I need to look back at my old orders and my old videos and see what fiber it was that I ordered. So this is the beginning of this new pullover sweater project. Okay, this maybe I'll put a little picture of the sweater I found online that I want it to look like from the pattern that's on Ravelry. I forget the name of the pattern, but I'll put it down here below. But it is a pullover. I want it to be nice and big and drapey. It's got a little bit of a V-neck. I think that V-necks look better on me. I want it to be a knit down in the round, all knit, no purl, unless I want to do a little bit of a seed stitch somewhere. Okay, that's my goal. Nice and easy. All right, well, we'll continue. This will be a long-term project, and I'll save this footage for probably months as we make little baby steps on this. Thanks. I thought I would take just a minute to go over the new order of fiber I got, which is just laying all over my desk. First off, let me mention, here's that dark brown that I used in my recent tapestry weave. So this is a little piece of old that I am using in my current carding of Rolex. And the orange here, this was called, I think, Flame. Although when I look at it, I think dragons. This is gorgeous stuff, and I ordered a lot of it last time. It was my second time to order it. I know I really like it as an accent color. I like a little pop of orange, so that is sitting around as well. Now this is the new stuff. First off, let me see. Let's do these three over here. This is olive. I've ordered it before. This is all merino. This is all, a lot of it is, I think most of it is Ashland Bay brand. I ordered it from the Spinnery Store as usual. So this is called olive. At least this is what was written on the little bags. They're little teeny bags. How they squeeze them in there, I'll never know. But they just write a little bit of the name. Olive. This was called nut. It's just a, it is a little bland. When I get it onto the cards, if I just carded this, it would look pretty boring on its own. But again, I'm looking for that kind of purpley brown, bluish tone from that previous sweater. So I needed to include some brown. And this is cherry, and I didn't order a lot of it. I hope it'll be enough. And what I'm doing is I'm loading my card with these three colors, kind of almost mimicking the way that I've seen Kate Jackson load her drum carder. So I'm putting the olive on this side, the cherry, and the I'm kind of doing half of the olive, and then a center section that's about half of the width of the comb in the cherry, and then this nut brown on this side. And then I'm adding a little flick of the dark brown over here and the orange flame over here. So it's that's to let you know what's going into these Rolex. I'm going to show you in a minute. So there's those three, and that's going to be one type of yarn that I'm going to make, okay, or one type of single. Now, the other ones over here, I still haven't decided. This I adore, and all this was called Horizon. All they had was a 2-ounce bag. That was the last bag they had. It's just such a gorgeous color. It's kind of like a stormy sky. I thought it would go really well with the Midnight Merino together. I suddenly realized there might not really be enough light in here for y'all to see, although that Midnight is just so dark. That was a 4-ounce bag. That was a 2-ounce bag. And I'm going to put those together probably with this. This is that Colonial. Oh dear, did I lose that bag? There it is. Colonial Raspberry. This is a 2-ounce from Ashland Bay. See, I ordered the cherry and the raspberry, and then this was called Maroon, and it's the darkest of the three. Okay, so you see those three. Those three would be gorgeous together, except for I wouldn't want them just to all get blended and look like a solid single tone. So I'm going to put these three together, probably with splashes of this. This is called Sand. Okay, it's darker than an off-white. It's beautiful. Has a little bit of variation in there. That's kind of pretty. I think, again, it would probably be boring on its own, just like the nut, but I think it'll make a good accent with that. I'll probably also put flicks of Flame, the orange, in there. I'm not sure about this. This is, it might be a good idea just to do some Rolex of just this with a little bit of accent, because I think that this is, this with a little brown and a little blue is really what I'm looking for. So if this was kind of the brown and this was the blue, if I had singles of this, it would also do. And this was a 4-ounce bag, so I have a lot of it. It is hot where we live, And if I make a sweater, I'm never going to wear it in the summertime. I'm only going to wear it really in the winter, not even much in the fall or spring. And so I want winter colors, and I want browns and maroons and dark blues and things. I don't want yellows, especially, and bright summer colors. And that's what's in that other yarn that I was making. So I think I'm going to have to find a different use for it. So I kind of stopped making it, and I didn't order those colors. I don't have any yellow anymore. I failed to show you the Rolags I made yesterday with the olive, cherry, and nut. So let me show you that. So here they are, and I really like them. I think that I'm getting there. There's no blue in there, but the blue will be in the other singles, and I'll probably be plying them together. We'll see what I want to do with that. But I think those, see the splash of orange there? The green is more on the inside, and the cherry ended up on the outside. There's a little bit of dark brown. So I think that may be really pretty as long as I blend these colors and none of them stands out too much, especially the olive. Although, even though I thought the olive green was so ugly, that ended up being one of the prettiest colors in the sleeves of that other sweater. Well, we have a fine chaos of fiber here on the desk. This is my workspace, such as it is. I've been weighing my bobbins for my new jumper, okay? I'm really apprehensive about how the colors are going to work on this. Okay, so here's the first one I spun, and as soon as Adam saw that, he said, "Oh, that's gorgeous. I really like that." He wants like a pair of pants in that or something. I was like, that's a lot of work. You'd have to weave it and cut it and sew it. Anyway, here's the other bobbin. It's also pretty, and my goal is to ply them together and see what I get. I'm just concerned I'm going to lose that. I love the combination of the olive green and the kind of cranberry. Actually, it's cherry and the little pop of orange. I didn't know what I was doing, but that turned out great. Anyway, we're going to have to see. I'm going to apply these, and if I like it, I'll keep on going. And if I don't, I won't. But right now, I'm weighing them to see if they are anything close to the same amount. I had to add a little bit to the blue. Okay, so it's now 107. And this one's 109. I know that. No, I don't want to do any more. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for it, and we'll see how they turn out. This is all the fleece. So this is really this. I didn't know that making a sweater, if you plan your color scheme, is so much work to think about and figure out what you want to do. All right, we'll apply this up and then I'll show you what I got. All right, I have so many different spinning and yarn projects and videos going. It's hard to keep track of them all. But this morning, I plied some yarn for my jumper, the V-neck pullover. Hopefully that's what it's going to be. This is the plied kind of olive and cherry, and I plied it with the dark merino raspberry. Okay, and at the end I had to bracelet ply just a little bit at the end. I had more of the olive, and so you see this bit here at the end is just from that one bobbin. The rest of it, you can really see how the flecks, there's a few flecks of not white, that's actually kind of a very light beige. And there's lots of orange, although most of what you see there really is not orange, it's either the cherry or the cranberry. They mixed really well. I didn't get too much barber pole, a little bit with the dark blue and the olive. It's interesting. Depending on what the olive was being plied with, sometimes it looks kind of brown, like with that dark blue merino. I liked it plied with the light blue, the stormy blue. I loved it plied with itself and with the cherry. So anyway, I started on this. I did a little bit and I thought, okay, I'm liking that well enough. And the thing is, as I've said before, it's going to change into something totally different when you knit with it. So you can't really tell from looking at the bobbin what it's going to be. So we're going to continue. This does give me a hint though at what colors I want to accentuate and which ones I kind of want to tone down. I really want to accentuate the olive green as much as possible. I love the cherry and the raspberry. I love the flecks of orange. I like a bit of blue. I think I want less blue, less of both of the blues. And I might actually take out that light beige altogether. We'll see about that. So this is, let me see, where's an end? That's how thick it is. I'm really getting more consistent. I get tired when I spin a bit, so sometimes I get lazy, but I'm getting more consistent on the size of my singles and my plying. Yeah. First, plied bobbin for my new jumper project. I haven't even thought of a project for that other stripy, yellowy, bluey, whitey yarn that I have. I haven't thought of what to do with it yet. I'm thinking about making a shawl, but I have so many shawls already. I have this gray shawl that I keep on the back of my chair all the time. Here's my gray shawl. It was supposed to be kind of like a Tasha Tudor shawl. I like it a lot. I wear it a lot. It's perfect around the shoulders in the winter. It's a little boring in that it's just gray. It has a little flash color on the edge. But I'm thinking about taking that other brighter yarn and making kind of a bulky shawl with that. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I could make a hat with matching fingerless gloves. That's the thought. Or a cowl. I don't think it would go with anything though. Okay, now I'm meandering. All right, so this may be it for this video. I really have no idea, but maybe it is. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. So here are the blue and cranberry rolags. Here's what it looked like as a single, and again, here's the olive single. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm back for one last little report. This is the finished skein of all that plying. And I think you can see that the effect after you've taken it off the bobbin and it's fluffier and you steamed it and thwacked it and let it dry, it's totally different. I didn't think I liked those two singles plied together. I was worried about losing that olive and brown and cranberry and cherry one, but I think the finished effect is really nice. I had a spinning friend come by today and she saw it and she was like, oh, that's gorgeous. And all I could think of was, you should have seen the olive. But I think she's right. It's just so rich. I think that would make a great pullover sweater. So I am continuing. This one's still a little damp. Actually, I'm going to unwind it and hang it back up. But I'm continuing to spin. I'm taking out the dark brown, taking out the light blue, using the dark blue still as the dark accent. I've run out of the cherry, so I'm using the maroon. So it's going to be a little different next time, and we'll see. I think the key was the olive brown and the nut and probably the flame. So if you're keeping track of these fibers and you're thinking of ordering some and you want to try to get something close to what you're seeing here at all, if you are interested, those are, I think, some of the key colors. All right. Well, we'll keep you posted. Like I said, this is a long-term project. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye-bye. Somebody is very happy that I'm home and stays in here in the studio with me whenever I'm in here. I think he missed me. I love you, Leo.